In 1937, my grandfather bought a small farm for $3,500. He expected land, a house, a leaning barn, and a few old tools. But hidden in the tall grass behind the barn were 5 wooden beehives. He wasn't a beekeeper and wasn't sure he liked bees. Yet he saw them every morning drifting through sunlight as if they owned the place. One day, he stood holding old leather gloves, unsure what to do with the hives. Then his neighbor appeared, an elderly beekeeper with a white beard and a straw hat. Smiling, he said, "You're looking at those hives like they owe you money." My grandfather admitted he had no idea where to begin. The beekeeper leaned on the fence and spoke calmly. "Son, you don't control bees. You work with them." My grandfather took the advice to heart. He watched the bees, learned their patterns, and finally opened a hive. His hands trembled, but the bees stayed calm. With the beekeeper's guidance, he learned to move slowly. Over time, the hives became a partnership, teaching him patience and trust. Seasons changed, and, with them, the rhythm of the bees. My grandfather began harvesting honey, golden and fragrant, feeling a quiet pride. He discovered each hive had its own temperament and every swarm its own song. Neighbors started stopping by, curious about the farm that hummed with life. Bees had turned from a hidden surprise into the heart of his mornings. Children from the village came to watch, their eyes wide with wonder as he demonstrated the gentle art of handling a frame. He spoke softly, almost as if teaching not just the bees but the next generation to respect them. At the farm became a classroom of patience and observation, where nature and human hands learned to coexist, one slow movement at a time. Years later, the old barn leaned a little more, but the hives thrived. My grandfather, now gray and weathered, still rose with the sun to watch the bees drift through morning light. He often smiled, remembering the first hesitant day. What started as a mystery behind the barn had become a lifelong companion. A quiet teacher of humility, patience, and the unexpected joys hidden in simple things.